Well, this is an awesome building. How did this end up getting built? Let's find out, shall we? Hey everyone, it's M4J here, and welcome back to Summerset MTR here on Minecraft, and welcome back to Water Hill Road. This is the station that we built over the last couple of episodes. I'll head through the gate line in a second and give you a quick tour, and then I'll show you what else has changed on the server, and then we're going to get straight into today's episode. So, this is the station from the outside. You can see it looks a little bit plain, a little bit boring on this side right now. Eventually there'll be a road here, drop off, bus station, bus stop at least, all that kind of good stuff, and it'll look a lot nicer. We've got this lovely sort of wooden effect roof using the station colour and also oak, just like the rest of the design. And if I plonk myself back down on the ground, we've got tickets over here at the ticket machine. We are going to set up some kind of economy at some point where people can earn emeralds that they can then use to buy train tickets. You can see even I'm not that loaded. 6,500 might seem like a lot, but once this is up and running, that will diminish fairly quickly. Coming through here then, we've got our departure boards here. These will eventually have all of the information you need. So on the left here, we've got platforms 3 and 4 because they're the two over there. And then over here, we've got 1 and 2 because they're the two over here. You see we've got the cycle here as well. I've been watching some more of the OG Jonathan Ho's videos. And he actually showed how to get them to cycle like that, which I didn't know. The way you do it is you put a little, whatever that straight line thing's called, between the two messages, and it'll cycle between them, which I also think is really cool. We've got the same thing down there, but you can't actually see them right now. These are, this is platform 4's info. This one over here is platform 1's. And then we got platform 2, and we got platform 3. It's a little bit confusing, but hopefully the signs do make it clear how to get from one platform to another. Wayfinding is kind of important for me here. I wanted to make sure that you can navigate your way around the station quite clearly. I think I've achieved it. It's not really for me to decide though. I also need to come through here and replace the grey concrete with the wood here. Just on this last line here, just to hide it a little bit more. The lifts are also in place, fully functioning, which is nice. And yeah, everything here is hunky-dory. Now I'm going to commit a cardinal sin here, and I'm going to step onto the track. We've also been busy building bridges. So out of the station here, we've got these gradual descent stairs here, which are not functional. They're just there aesthetically pleasing. That's what they're there for. I'm also going to fill this gap here with the planks. It might just be oak planks on that bit, though. We'll see. But yeah, coming onto this, we've put the bridge in place. So this is polished blackstone bricks. And you can see underneath, that's actually the tunnel for the underground tracks. And then over here, we join up with the other set. You can see I've rebuilt this. So originally, both top ones came over to this side and then came right. I think that's what happened. Well, no, it branched off up there, didn't it? And then this one curved in. Whereas now, they both come off the same side. And the ones underneath do the exact same thing. And the reason I've done that is so that we can put buildings in along this area here. This is the hill that Water Hill Road is named after. And I think for the most part, that hill is going to remain in place. This side of the hill here is going to get removed. The rails down there are going to get removed. I don't know what's going to go in this gap here right now. Maybe nothing, to be honest. I don't see a need for that. And then the water over here, this is the water part of Water Hill Road. So that's going to remain pretty much in situ as well, particularly as we made it a design feature with the station, with the little windows over there. But that's basically it. Water Hill Road is done. Trains can technically start running through it. I did try and build tracks coming out of this side to the north again. You'll see here there's like the landscape here has been carved through. I didn't like it. I removed it. It looked a bit crap. So we're going to redo that at some point. I'll find a way to set that up and actually make it work. It could even involve turning here and actually going through the hill itself. We'll see. The big challenge for me right now is to get it out from one track stacked on top of the other. Because over here it works, but it's a bit too uniform for my liking. I want it to look a little bit... I don't know what the word is. A bit more rugged, rustic, that kind of thing. Also, I've accidentally built a cofferdam here, it seems, because I drained the water out. and forgot to put it back in. We've also put bridge supports in, and this I like. This is something that we're going to see again in just a second. I really like this. I think this looks really, really cool. And even here, the way it sort of slowly slopes down. I also extended the slope here, made it a little bit bigger on both sides. So as the one emerges from underneath there, this one here rises to go above. And I just think that looks really cool. And again, this land here is kind of just going to be scrub land. There might even be a little office here for drivers booking on to drive out of the sidings here. I say drivers, this is a driverless system. I don't know what the office would be for. I'm talking out of my my backside, it seems. But at least with the stilts here, you could actually put a building here and have access to it. Although saying that, there are 2 tracks here at the moment, but there may not be in the future. More on that in the future. Basically, these tracks I think would actually curve off in that direction. We'll see. Anyway, that over there is a little hint as to what's going to come next. Summerset Place, again, pretty much unchanged. This road here, I would like to keep, but it's whether or not we can. Master Trams has been busy building a road. Here's one example of that. He's also built a petrol station for the Ultimate Cars mod, and we've got some petrol station attendants. How these work, I don't know. Oh, you can actually trade with them. Emeralds for asphalt and canola for emeralds. Interesting. I believe somewhere, I won't show it off, but somewhere, oh there it is. That ladder there, that actually goes down to a farm that produces everything needed to create fuel, and then I think that fuel is automatically pumped up into these pumps so people can fill their cars. It's gonna be so cool when people are coming in here, driving in, filling up cars, driving off again. And also Summerset Place here is going to be one massive roundabout once it's finished. When that is, I don't yet know. But once it's done, it's going to look really cool. Okay, follow the tracks. That's what I'm going to do next. So, we rise up out of Summerset Place. I'm not sure if I like this gradient. I might go and redo it. In other words, the gradient might start a little bit further back. But then I don't want to start too far back because this building here, I actually want to extend out a little bit more. Possibly even to the end of the tunnel here and actually do something with it, because right now it looks a little bit boring. This was Summerset this was Guard House, or Guard City Hall, that's what it was called. It's not called that anymore. Now I think it's just Summerset House. I don't know what its name's going to be, but I've got loads of beds in here right now. Oh, there are actually villagers using it too. That's cool. They're in bed a little early though, I would say. A little early for my liking, but yeah, it is what it is. Over here then, this is Kingsbridge. This is the King's Bridge. I'm really happy with this. It actually makes me almost want to rebuild the station using these, which are grey glazed terracotta. And I've used them there as, you know, suspension bridges. It's better if I show you this side. So this is the cable, believe it or not. These steps. Polished diorite slabs. It's kind of a solid cable. I'm trying to think of an example, like a proper old suspension bridge. So it's not like a modern cable stayed type thing. It's more of a rigid structure that cables then hang from, as you can see. But it comes down into this base. The other side, the base is a lot smaller because of the platforms. You can say when they extended the platform, they sort of built it on top of the base here. Is that a donkey down there? That doesn't look like a horse. That looks like a mule. And then yeah, the tracks go through it. We've got these towers with lights on top, which are meant to be... Let me just check. Actually hard to tell whether or not they're working. But they're meant to be only switched on at night, but we'll see. And then we come into Woodbridge, which has also had a massive upgrade. Myself and Master Trams were working on this just last night, in fact. Talking about ideas and things like that. So I've gone with a grimy sort of industrial look here for the bridges. And I'm really happy with how these have turned out. If I come underneath, you can see it's just a maze of support structure, very much inspired by elevated railways. So I think I used one from Chicago as inspiration, but I've recently watched a video on the Liverpool Elevated Railway, or the Liverpool Overhead Railway. I think it was the Overhead it was called, and that kind of inspired me a little bit as well. So that's kind of what I've gone for here, is the old elevated railways that in this country at least don't exist anymore, but over in North America and elsewhere in the world, very much still a thing. And that follows right the way through. So you can see all of the below track here uses that style. And then over here, the depot exit road. This created a challenge because the height here wasn't actually enough for clearance, so I had to remove some of the understructure in order for trains to actually be able to pass underneath this, and I couldn't be bothered to elevate it back up again. That's also the case here. And then we come to this. I'm not quite sure what the arrow is for. I believe that's meant to be explained to me at a later date. But this is the spiral, as you can see. So it's where the trains that come out of the depot and also come from the branch that heads off in that direction, they come around like this and slowly slope down and end up at the same level as the main track that comes in from that direction, which is the loop. And then they join up and head into Woodbridge Station here via the 2 platforms. Again, huge fan of this. Really like the design. I like it more than I used to. I think at one point I talked about rebuilding it, but I don't think that's necessary now. I love this like labyrinth of support structure and everything. I'm so happy with this. This is probably the best thing I've built so far. Water Hill Road and this. But I think that is going to get beaten with what I've got planned for today. So this dirt outline here, I'm very glad that Master Trams has actually left this in place because I needed this. We're building an apartment block today. That's what's going to go inside the spiral here. Now it might have offices and stuff in it as well, but the plan really is to have like a luxury apartment in this area of the city. So this is Woodbridge, this is the old Docklands. You can see the layout. So that like the station itself is built in an old dock. There's another dock over there, there's a small one. There's another little small one over here. This cobblestone space here is going to have something built in it possibly next time, if not the episode after. Depends how long it takes me to build the building today. Those tunnels underwater, I'll show you what those are at a later date as well. But yeah, this is kind of like the Docklands in London, where it was formerly industrial. It's now been rejuvenated, and it's basically becoming more residential, a little bit commercial, but mostly residential. We're not really going to go for like the stock exchange type buildings, because that's not really something you can do in Minecraft. Maybe one day, once we've got an economy set up, we'll come back and revisit that idea. But right now, we're not going to worry about that. I'm just going to remove some stuff out of my inventory here quickly as well. There is one more thing I do need to do before we start construction on this building. This building as well, by the way, is also going to be called the Spiral. I might as well reveal that now. And this will kind of be like the signature building of this area. Very kindly, Master Trams has laid out the outside here as well. Although, annoyingly, this is nothing to do with us as players. This is the game. Sometimes things just don't quite go as expected. And actually down here, yeah, these legs as well. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. So I think there's possibility. So like all of these ones here seem to have worked. But there are a couple of others, yep, over here, that didn't work. But yeah, that area that's marked out with the glass, that's basically my building boundary. And the spiral is going to sit inside that. Now, despite it being an apartment building, it's actually a hotel that's inspired the design of this. Somewhat. So the interior is going to be one massive atrium that flows right the way up the inside of the building, and that is inspired by the Burj Al Arab Hotel in Dubai. If you've seen photos of it, you'll know the one. It's the one that looks like a big sailing ship. I believe Roger Federer has played tennis on the helipad and Tiger Woods has played golf on it, and I think, was it David Coulthard did donuts in an F1 car on the helipad there as well, which I don't know what would possess anybody to trust an F1 car enough to be able to do that, but it happened. The point is, it's a big hollow building, essentially, on the inside. So where the rooms lead out, normally in a hotel, into a corridor, in the Burj Al Arab, they lead out onto like a balcony that looks down the whole of the interior of the hotel, which is fine if you're staying on like the 2nd or 3rd floor. But if you're up on the top floors and you're scared of heights, like I am, that sounds like an absolute nightmare. I think I would pay tens of thousands of pounds to not have to deal with that every day. But, you know, height equals status, apparently. So the higher up you are, the better you are, even though I imagine there are lots of rich people in the world that suffer from vertigo. But yeah, I digress again. Right, that's all looking good. So yeah, we're going to be building the Spiral today. I think that's just what this episode is going to be called as well, the Spiral. So this dirt boundary here, this actually marks the inner ring of the atrium. So the atrium is going to be this size, I think. It might... I keep looking at it from above. It is centered by the looks of it. Maybe it can go a couple of blocks to the right. And already, actually, I'm looking at that thinking, yes, it can go a couple of blocks to the right. I'm very tempted to make it slightly bigger. But the rooms are going to go on the outside of that. So I need to build a test room, which I'm probably going to do over there, just to find out how big they need to be. Because these aren't hotel rooms, these are apartments. People are supposed to be living in these. And then from that, we'll decide how big the building actually needs to be. One final thing, though, before we do get started. So that tunnel under there that you can see, we're basically building a network of underwater / underground tunnels. This was an idea from Master Trams. It was a really good idea, so I said, sure, go ahead. Let's see what it looks like. And effectively, all entrances and exits of this station now are actually linked to one another. So over there, you can just make out where my crosshairs are. There's a staircase that goes down. That leads to a tunnel that runs all the way under the dock, joins up with another tunnel, one of which heads off that way, and will eventually join up to the spiral. The other one comes this way and actually comes out at a staircase here. There's also a staircase just over there that also goes down to that level, and I think there is another one somewhere by the bus station, but I can't remember where. That's not important right now. The main thing is over on this side of the station, oops, we've got a gate line, quite a big one actually, that links everything up, and we're going to build a copy of that over on the other side. So if I just walk through, we'll grab, that's the entrance one, that's the exit one. We're basically going to build a copy of that over here. So I'm going to remove all of this up to, and possibly including, yes, the escalator one. There we go. And then up here we're going to, just checking, whoops, sorry. You'd think I'd be used to flying by now. I'm just checking what what material the floor is made out of. It is as I suspected. So we're going to do this, 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 this. We're going to do the same. Excuse me, got myself hiccups now as well. Lovely. We're going to do the same like this, and then you are exits. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the entry ones are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. One last thing I need to do then is place these down. And then we need to get the glass for the windows. To be honest, this here even could now get replaced with glass, which I think would look a lot nicer. Bear in mind, this used to be underground. This bit used to be built inside a hill. So, again, that shows how much this station has evolved in recent weeks. So we're going to just go along and do this. We are going to head into a time-lapse in a second, don't you worry. As we go ahead and build the utmost luxury of living. And one more thing we need to do here is this, and I can't go this way, so I'm going to have to come out this way and over here. I think, yes, I haven't placed the entrance yet, but I've already placed the no entry signs there, and there's also a clock there as well, just for good measure, which I believe is showing the correct time. Yes, it's just coming up to 6:15. That's good. That's very good. And now, just to appease health and safety, block that off as well. So now there's an exit on both sides here. Bear in mind, this used to just be a little way out. It's kind of like a tertiary exit to the station. Now it actually forms kind of a key part of the station here, although you still can't get to the subsurface platforms, which are directly below us right now, or the deep level platforms, which are over there in the main building, without actually going up to the light rail platforms across and down. So you actually have to go like this, and then all the way to the end and down again, which, you know, It's fine. And there's also no step-free access here. Currently, there's no step-free access to the underwater tunnel either, which might need to be addressed. But yeah, as the squid as the squid swims past there, there's that other tunnel I was talking about, and that leads us back to the spiral. So, yes, I think this building needs to be bigger. Master Trams, if you're watching, first of all, you probably would have already noticed by now that I would have broken protocol here and made it a little bit bigger. Second of all, I do apologise, but I think this is a necessary evil. So let's just grab this a second. So if I go like that, so this I believe is an odd number. It was 7, now I think it's 9. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Correct. That doesn't happen very often. So if I now extend you out like that, so I think it needs to be, yeah, it needs to be 3, which it is, and then it's 2, and then it's 1, 1, 1, 1, then 2 again, then 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. So how many ones is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 1, 1. Is it 4 ones over here as well? Yes, it is. Good. And then it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Like that. And then 1, 2, 3. And then like so. So that does make a bigger circle. Does it make a circle in the shape that I wanted though? I'm just going to delete the inner bits that we don't need anymore, and I'll have a look. I feel like it's made it less of a circle and more of like an oval shape now though. That's my fear. At least I have actually built some kind of round shape that is indeed symmetrical. As long as it's a symmetrical shape, that does still fit into the design that I'm looking for. Right, let's have a look. I'm actually kind of happy with that. Yeah. Okay. So the reason I need it to be a certain size and a certain shape is because of this. From here all the way over to here. Set dirt. And then from here all the way over to here. This is the basic structure of the building. Now the other thing to bear in mind is these apartments. So the inner ring of the atrium is this. Above that there are going to be balconies. So technically the balcony is going to be maybe like this. Don't know if that's too wide. That might be too wide. Maybe if I did it more like this. I don't know how it would look once fences are put up though. That's the other problem. And to be honest, even the fences, the balcony might be on the inside of this, which is another thing that we're going to have to sort out before we can actually start building this. But you can see the building is effectively split into quarters. It doesn't look symmetrical, but when I look at individual pieces, it does look symmetrical. Oh, I see what's happened. I see what's happened here. I need to get rid of that one as well. Now I think it's symmetrical. It should look more symmetrical, possibly. It's the corners that touch, not the sides. Yeah, I think that's fine. Each quarter, so this is one apartment. So that's an apartment over there. And then you can see how it will span out and actually create an apartment. Whether it's a 1 bed or a 2 bed, I don't know. To be honest, on the bottom floor, it could probably be split again into eighths. That's something else that I might end up doing. So 1/8 of the building will be an apartment. And then as you go up, it will be a quarter. And then as you go up again to the top floors, it will be a half. And there'll be penthouses. That's my plan. The outside of the building is going to be the one that gives it its name of the spiral. We'll come back to that in a little bit. Right now, though, I do just want a little test bed to see how big these apartments can be. So if I built a straight line of blocks down like this, they should meet right at the crux. There we go. And then if we come out a little bit further, so if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, technically 9. So I think I can start mapping this out over here. Let's just clear some space. Let's start here. And we'll go over to like this point up here. Set 0. There we are. So I need to mark out a diagonal line. It was 9, wasn't it? So if I go, hang on. Oh man, it takes so long to sink down on this. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. First of all. Knew I'd fly into that as well. That's great. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I believe it's here where it then goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I think that puts us a few out from that one. Is that right? Yep. Now obviously from here, it's going to come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, technically 15. But again, I don't think we're actually going to do that. So I think we're going to come back in a little bit. So let's go... actually, in that case, it's probably going to come out... Count this again. 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, probably 5. And then from here, there'll be another circle that we'll come to in a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That sounds good to me. So over here, oh, it's grassy. That's good. I'm going to build it with something else actually, just so that we don't get that effect. Let's go. Just convert these quickly. So if I built that there, and then this one just over here quickly, and then do. This is so pointless. I could literally just I could just destroy it and rebuild it, but we're here now. It's all gone wrong. Grass block. There we go. That's the wrong thing. Okay. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can get rid of those. And then on this bit, it comes out 10 from the middle, which I believe is, yeah. So over here, it's this, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is our apartment space, which for me, I think this is big enough. The question is, how big do we make the curve here? Because we could, in theory, curve it a little bit more. So if I show you what I mean. If we came out a 6th one here and have it go 1, 2, 3, 4, then go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that. That I think is kind of our space. Yeah, this could work. The front door could be sort of here. We'll sort that out in a second. But yeah, I think front door would go here. This would be like the living kitchen area. I think bedroom would be in this spot here. And then it's a case of where does the bathroom go? And I think the bathroom would fill this spot here. Possibly. Possibly. Do I have bathroom stuff? Let's, I do not. So that's something we'll have to come... Can you go away? Sorry, Piggy. I don't want to have to... There we go. No, no, no. Go away. You don't eat oak. There's no reason for you to be following me right now. Sorry, everyone. I know this is not what you want to see. There we go. Okay. So yeah, this is the shape of the apartment. And then we'll basically have a similar thing again over here. So actually, if I was to move all of this over slightly, this would make more sense. So let's grab you and you. Okay, that did go the right way. Cool. Now I just need to build this again. So from here it goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's the 5th one. So actually this needs to move over again. Bear with. Let's say 2. That should hopefully be enough. Looks like it. And then you're going to come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Over here, of course, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it's going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's the 5th one. So it's kind of the same size, which makes me think over here we could actually make that a bit more rounded. So if we did this, maybe if you came out like that. I don't know, actually. That might work better. So it goes 4, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. And then if it goes 1, 1, 1 again, then 2, 2, 3, 4, 4. That might open up space a little bit more as well. I think that does. Actually, I think that does look nicer. That does look better. This should be easy to copy and paste as well once we've got it how we want it, of course. Okay, I think it's time-lapse time. I think I know what I want to do with this, but we will see. The basic plan is I'm going to use this level here as the floor. So you'd stand on it 1 block higher like this. I'm going to map out where I think rooms are going to go. And then the placement of windows and things like that as well. I'm probably going to build it all out of oak for now. And then once I'm happy with the design, we'll then start putting on decoration and things. And then we can start bringing it over and actually popping it down into the space that we've given ourselves here. These glass blocks could present a problem. But these actual lower floors, residential floors, are going to start slightly higher up than the atrium level. So this, as I said, is the atrium. I don't know what's under there. That might be something Master Trams has done as well, so I don't want to reveal it just yet. But effectively, again, if you look at the Burj Al Arab, you'll see there's a lower atrium level. You then take stairs and an escalator up to a higher atrium level, which is what this big circle is going to be. This bottom quadrant here could be where the stairs and the escalators and the lifts and things go, down to the tunnel level. The atrium level itself is then going to exist on these 3 quadrants, and then there'll be like, I don't know, shops, restaurants, whatever, below water level. Because bear in mind, this is still at this level here. We are below the level of the water. That top glass block, that's where the water level is. And then, yeah, from possibly track level upwards will be where the rooms actually are, the apartments. But yeah, time-lapse mode. I'm going to start decking out this section here. There's a chance that these walls may get pushed out further. If that's the case, then obviously you'll see it. I'll explain why after. And yeah, let's try and make this look nice. Okay, this is one apartment done. So, if we go outside here, I might actually make the balcony part of the design here as well, but we'll see about that in a second. But yeah, let's come in. So we've got our living room here. Everything's pink in this one. They're not all going to be pink. Some of them will actually be different colours, believe me. I'm still really debating lifting the ceiling up a tile, just because I think everything here, it does feel a little claustrophobic. And I had a really nice design in here that I now can't use. So I think I'm just going to very quickly lift the ceiling up. Just by one, not by a massive amount. Let's just, excuse me, clear my throat first of all. We'll do this. Move one up. There we are. Whoops. Try not to punch my mouse mat whilst I'm doing that. There we are. So if I come back in here now. God. Right. First of all, we'll put these lights back where they should be. Which I think was that. Yes. I feel like I could actually put these a little further apart, thinking about it. If I did this instead. I think that looks nicer. And then in the bedroom, one light in the middle there. And then in the bathroom, one light here as well. Pretend there's a toilet there. Pretend there's a bath there. That's how this is going to work. So now if I place this extra wall piece in, I think 4 high, that's a pretty good height for this. It gives a nice open, airy space without sort of ruining the floor above too much. It's mainly so that, you know, this TV here, for example, can look nice. Or in the bedroom here, this stair design that I've put in actually works rather than look stupid. That's kind of why I've done it like this. Okay. Where are the oh, the stairs moved as well. Let's just grab those and do that. There we are. And then we'll just pop this back like so, and then this one like so, and then if I pop down, yeah, I think that looks better. This bit here, to be honest, I don't even think needs these walls. I think it can almost be open plan like this. Maybe one here still. I don't know, that feels kind of small. I don't know. That might get revisited. But yeah, this looks a lot nicer now. I'm a lot happier. We could even put like windows above the door as well, just to let in a bit more light. Just do this bit here as well. But yeah, apartment 1, tick. Still need to decide on what material the actual walls are going to be built out of, because obviously they're not going to be oak. So that's a bit too basic and also not very fireproof. Do you know what, for here, I'm really tempted to make full floor to ceiling height windows, but just for these 2 big ones here. The rest can all be the slightly smaller design. I think that works. And then obviously in the bedroom here, we've got this little teeny tiny window, but not much else. I think that works. For the lower floors at least, I think that works. Okay. So with that done, I think we can move on to the next bit, which is doing the second apartment, which is going to be the one over there. Now these doors here, I've gone for the pink ones, but I might actually make them normal coloured doors, or just door, because this needs to all look the same when you're on the balcony or in the atrium. So we could go with something, I don't know what. Jungle waffle door. That's a strange name. It all depends on what material we go for the actual building. So maybe that will wait. But right now, I'm going to put a little cut in here. I'm just going to go ahead and decorate this second apartment. We're going to make it basically a mirrored version of this first one. So that means I'm going to have to go in and measure everything and then flip it. And oh, it's going to be an absolute headache. But hopefully it all looks really good when we come back in just a second. Okay, everyone. So it's actually the next day and I have finished building the apartments. Now, this is not the finished apartment with the single window here, which looks a bit derpy. Basically, I was in the middle of doing this and Master Trams came on the server, and he asked me to help out with some things to do with the atrium of the spiral. And I got a little bit distracted and helped him out with that, which we'll have a look at in a second. And then as I was helping him with that, I suddenly realised I haven't left any room for stairs and escalators and things. So that over there is actually the new template, which we'll go visit in a second. But I'm really happy with how that looks. Basically, even if I knock this wall in slightly, which I did do, that only left a 2-block gap between apartments, and that's just not enough for a full set of stairs and then a walkway to get between levels and things. So instead, ignore what you might have just seen on the left hand side of the screen there, because we'll come to that in a second as well. Instead, I've built this, which is a fully mocked up version of the apartments, ready to actually go in terms of the building. We'll close that door for now. First of all, you'll notice we've got sea lanterns in the wall. The walls themselves are made of smooth quartz blocks. I might add some other stuff here just to make it look a little bit nicer, but I'll probably do that in a little bit. And we've got glass floors you can actually see through. These are light grey stained glass. I'm tempted to swap it for dark grey, but again, we'll see. If I step into this apartment then, immediately you can see the high ceilings are awesome. We've got stripped birch furniture in here, mixed with a black kitchen and a dark themed fridge. Over here we've got a desk, which again, stripped birch and all that good stuff. Again, might need some more decoration on some of these walls. There was, oh yeah, so I've left some oak on the door here. So if you actually look, it's got like that kind of effect. You can imagine the door number would actually be written there, even though in reality it's probably going to be next to, just because you can't put things in stairs. And then if we come through to the bedroom, a lot brighter, a lot airier. I've put blinds, working blinds, which is also cool. On the 2 bedside windows here. We've got a double window now above the bed instead of a single one. Got bedside cabinets, and then if we come into the bathroom, again you can imagine bathtub on the right here, sink straight in front, which I thought was actually functional, but maybe not. And then this would be where the toilet would go, so you have a little bit of privacy whilst you squat. Right, so I got distracted whilst I was doing this even. You can also see we've got more windows here for airiness as well. I got distracted while I was doing this because I was helping Master Trams lay out the atrium of the building. And if I come through here and out the door, that there is the set of escalators that are going to go between floors. And I think I've come up with a good idea. So effectively, the atrium looks a bit like this. These are Master Trams' tunnels. They're not finished yet, but I think the actual main tunnel is over there. So you'd come in this way and then it will branch out into lots of different directions. And then you come through here, and this is the entryway to the grand atrium of the spiral. So you can either go up one of the escalators on the left over here. Those are the exit ones. Or you can come up this sort of grandish looking staircase, and that brings you into the main atrium itself, which spans above us, or at least on this floor, and then right the way up to the roof. I've just put these in here as a mock-up. They all need to be relayed or replaced because you can't really copy and paste escalators that well. Although saying that, I guess you can copy and paste escalators. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Also ignore the weird Wario Mario symbol here. That's just the lighting in the game. It's just what it does, unfortunately. I think this is white concrete. I've got, yeah. These are white concrete here. They're not actually quartz like over there. You'll also notice that these stairs and escalators, well, they're actually just escalators at the moment. There are no stairs. They take up a full quadrant of the circle. And if I fly to the top and look down, you'll also notice that they go beyond the center line. So this dirt line here, that's the center line. And if you follow it in this direction, you'll notice that the escalators actually poke beyond it by 4, I believe it is, which is kind of annoying. That wasn't part of the plan. However, I think because of that, first of all, we've lost the true circular nature of the building by building the stairs. Well, I keep saying stairs. By building the escalators in this shape, we've got like a triangle bit here, like a wedge instead of a circular shape, which is a bit annoying. But I think I know where the name spiral is actually going to come from now. And I think it has to do with the layout of the apartments. So if you think about it, why does that do that? Some of these, like I said, some of them they copy and paste really well, and some of them it's awful. I think it's the thing with multi-blocks. Sometimes they work, sometimes they definitely do not. There we go. Now we've got stairs that go in the opposite directions to one another. So one set of escalators is obviously up, the other is down. There's a mezzanine floor between them, although these floors here are also possibly going to be part of the overall building. We shall see. And I'll explain how the spiral is going to work in just a second. Right now, though, like I said, we've got one room decorated. The second is actually decorated here as well. If I take you down here, this is more of a dark theme. Again, it's just an idea as to what people can do. They don't have to decorate their rooms like this. They can also, if they want, replace these. So they don't have to be oak stairs. They could be other materials. I feel like saying to people, if you have an apartment at the spiral, you can pretty much decorate it how you want. But this wall here has to remain the same. So the wall looking out into the kitchen and all the walls that look out onto the... In fact, only really the interior walls could change. But the flooring can change. The interior walls can change. And possibly you can change the colour of the glass as well. But that might be something that we revisit, because it might ruin the building from the outside. If you've got like bright orange windows right next to bright green windows and things like that. But yeah, we've evolved from this to this, and I love this. I think this looks really cool. These are functional storage, by the way, so you will be able to store things. And if I could find a way to have door locks as well, then that would be really cool. Not even that, even the desk there locks. The bedside cabinets as well. We could even try and put wall safes in if I had a mod that did that. So what's my plan then? So I think, if I do my maths correctly, from the center line, which runs down here, there is 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks before we can start putting in apartments. That seems to be the case. Now, if I work out that the balcony edge here, the fence, that lines up with the dirt. So if I was to copy that block there, rotate it 90 degrees and paste it here, it would encroach on the escalators by 2 blocks, which obviously that's not feasible. That won't work. So we're going to have to move these over a couple of blocks anyway. So you can imagine from the escalator here, you get to the top, there's a 2-block gap here, and then there's the start of the walkway that goes all the way around the outside. That then means that everything here has moved over 2 blocks. In fact, it's moved over 4 blocks. That then leaves 4 blocks between each set of apartments. So imagine there's a wall, let's see, sort of here, like that, and then it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there'll be another one there. My idea is to have each apartment 1 block higher than the one before it. So that if you start at the bottom floor, which obviously this isn't going to be the bottom floor because there's something else worth noting. This is a floor, so there will actually be a walkway from here that will probably go through the middle here actually, and then cut across the top of the escalator there. And then the same on the floor above, same on the floor above. But from the atrium, which is this floor, this isn't a floor. This is just going to be designed like this. This one here is the first floor. So from here, it will start and it will go round. It'll probably go around clockwise actually, so it'll go in that direction, and it kind of follows the shape of the railway in that case. And the plan is there'll be enough stairs or whatever between each one, so that if you start on this floor here and you followed the apartments all the way around, you would actually end up at this escalator here, not the one below. That is the plan. Whether or not this works, I have absolutely no idea. But we're basically about to find out, because I'm going to start copying and pasting this building, and we're going to see how it works. I think I'm ready to do that. So like I said before, the flooring in these apartments is interchangeable. You can do what you like. We've got birch planks in there right now, but you can replace it with wool. You can put carpet down if you want. It's entirely up to you. The windows here, there are no windows here, obviously, because that's going to... Actually, there could end up being windows here. if there is gaps between apartments. But I really love these windows here. They're so spacious. The fact that we've got floor-to-ceiling windows pretty much the entirety of the build now, whereas previously we didn't. And there are a couple that face out in this direction as well. So you can see out of 2 different directions from your apartment, which I also think is cool. I'm basically stalling for time now because I really don't know if this is going to work, but I want to give it a go. So we're going to select this block here. We're going to select this block over here. Now I need to find somewhere smart to copy this. I think what I'm going to do is, so this is 4 wide, which is actually kind of good. So I need it to go like here. And I'm going to copy this as it is here. I'm then going to rotate it 90 degrees. And I think if I now come over to this one here, and if I go like this, I think if I now hit paste, this is the moment. Oh, it did not go where I wanted it to. That's actually kind of annoying. Have I just ruined? Okay, I thought I'd ruined all my escalators then. In that case, I need to rotate it another 180. Now if I paste it, does it line up? It does actually line up. That's cool. But, oh man, that's kind of annoying. Okay, we can maybe move it back 1. Actually, it needs to come over 1 to the right still anyway. Yeah, okay, hang on. Okay, the doors don't like you doing that. That's interesting. So if I come back over here, and if I do this now, I think I've got the same thing selected. And then if we rotate it 270 degrees, and now if we come back over here, and I think actually I can move it there as well. Okay, now if I paste, there. How does that look? Well, apart from the fact that you can't get to the front door from this escalator, so we'll have to move that in a second. It's still just in the way. The train does get in the way. Could potentially fix that, but I think the best way to actually fix it is to lift, basically go up another floor. I think that's going to be the only way really to actually fix this properly. So let's do this. We're going to undo this. So we're going to have more floating beds and doors and all that good stuff. There we are. So yeah, this is just going to be a floating, either that or we put something else on this floor based on what's going to go above. That could work too, actually, thinking about it. So let's bring this back over here. We'll put it 1 more block in this direction. Now let's paste. There we go. Did I just go the wrong way? I think I just went the wrong way, actually. Undo. So what we actually want is this block here to be the one. There we go. Cool. That actually kind of does work. That does actually kind of work. Now, how we're going to build the supporting structure here, I have absolutely no idea. Because as you can see, it does encroach on the tracks a little bit. That's something that I was sort of vaguely aware of as we were doing this. But yeah, it does get in the way a little bit. I'm just trying to remember where I stood as well when I did this just now. So the other thing I'm going to do quickly is undo this again. Because I've got so much floating stuff in the the water now, it's ridiculous. I'm just going to extend this out by 1. So instead of going across like that, it now does this. We're going to move you to there, and then this is going to go here. like so. So now if I stand here and we go copy, rotate 180, not 180, in fact we need to do this on the other side still, over here. Like this. There we are. Put this in. Put this in. There we go. Now I can copy. So stand right here. And we're going to say copy. Rotate 270. And now this is technically in line with one block off the edge of the escalator. And it's this escalator. So if I go here like this and then say paste, there we go, and the lights kick in and all that good stuff. Excellent. We could in theory keep the little walkway here and then actually move the whole thing over almost like this. That's something else we could have maybe done. But then I feel like that just pushes it out this way further. So if I come over here now, you can see it does actually... It almost stands in line with the bridge there, which is kind of cool, but also kind of not. I also did not mean to copy this. That's interesting. There is actually a little... Yeah, this one. Forgot to do that too. Okay, gonna have to remove a lot of those in a minute, I imagine. So we can put a smooth quartz block there. That stops people from falling off there. We could do something similar here as well, I suppose. It's a bit floaty, but yeah. We could even move the whole thing back one still, which I'm also kind of tempted to do. What do you reckon on that one? That's something we could actually do. I'm actually really tempted to do that. Again, we've got so much floating stuff now, it's unreal. So the way to do that then would be to put a smooth quartz block here. Obviously this wall here lines up with this one anyway, so that's fine. And I'm going to redo the copy and paste here without the birch as well. So if I now do this, and then we're going to stand here like this. Copy. Rotate 270. Okay, and now if I come back over to this one, and I'm going to stand here, and this should line up. And it does. Excellent. Wait, no it doesn't. 1 second. I feel like actually what I'm about to do here is going to remove this this escalator block, which it did do, but I can easily put that back. I don't know if you want your door right next to... Nah, I'm not going to do that. That's dumb. I'm going to leave a 1 block gap. So you're going to come out of your escalator and have some space. There we go. Apologies to everyone who's currently having a I don't know. I don't even know what. Not having a good time watching this. Me dithering. Smooth quartz block like that. And then over here, I guess we could just put a block like that. I don't even know anymore. This could technically be glass still, though. Like this. And then we could just put some quartz like that. I'm going to go tidy up some of this a bit later on, I think. Probably off camera. But yeah, this is basically the idea for the first floor. Now, obviously, we've now got to climb up to the next floor. So I think smooth quartz. And if we do it in a pattern that looks a bit like this. We appear to have no lighting on this whatsoever. And then we do this. Whoops. And then this. Obviously I can't remove. To be honest, I think we might as well do it like this, just so from underneath it doesn't look derpy either. There we go. Okay, and now I need to rotate it 90 degrees again. And then if I paste it here, it looks like this. And I think that's kind of the plan. And then if I come over this side and do basically the same thing again, so like this. Again, the lighting, really weird. There is lighting, there's lanterns and things. Whoops. Sea lanterns lighting it all up. And then this one. Now here, if I rotate it 90 degrees again, paste again, I appear to have miscounted quite considerably actually, because not only does it not reach this... Oh wait, no it does. It actually does. Yes. It actually does, but not quite in the way I anticipated. Okay, so this is good. This is what I wanted. But you'll notice... In fact, does it line up? Not quite, no. I thought there were 8 tiles, or 8 blocks, sorry, between each floor here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the floor is there. So it's actually 5. So if I've miscounted here, I might actually be able to salvage this. So we start on that one there. I wanted to reach this one here, but we're currently 1 too short. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I think in doing this I might actually be able to salvage the design of this building. So I think first of all, if we just put 2 blocks between each one instead of 3, although 3 is good because this is an odd numbered building. Oh man, I like this design though. I don't want to have to redo this. I think I can get away with just moving the apartments over. So here, for example, we are probably 2 blocks further over than we need to be right now. So I can get away with that by extending this over here by 2 blocks. So that's doable. And then... Yeah, okay, hang on. Let's do this. Then obviously I've got to remove these stairs again. Like so. And then the ones over here. Whoops. Like so. Okay. Back down to... not that floor. Technically it's this floor that we should be starting from. So if I say that this is the floor we're starting from. Oh boy. So this is the dilemma now, is I want to shorten these escalators by 1 floor to try and make them line up. But in doing so, I think I'm actually moving things around in a way that I don't technically want to do. Therein lies the problem. I'm just going to go away and have a quick think about this, because this might change the entire structure of the building again, and obviously I don't want you guys watching me stood here dithering trying to figure all this out. So bear with me, I'll be back again in just a second. Okay, after what feels like ages, I think I've finally got this in a position where I'm happy. Everything lines up with the escalators, height-wise. Everything lines up with the escalators, distance-wise, in both directions, which I'm incredibly happy about. And as you can see, we got the first 3 apartments in here again as a test bed. I haven't put the stairs properly in between them. You can see how many times I've had to move it over there. But now, if I were to grab this, build it out in this direction like so, up to a point which I think is here. I've just got to measure this out again. Yeah, there we go. And this forms, in fact, technically this forms the wall of the building. In fact, that's not how it needs to go at all. Like this. So now if I grab this and go 1, 2, 3, and then build it inwards like this and like that, built this out like this to there, and then put one more block here. Hopefully now if I stand here and say paste, there it is. We have our first double stacked set of apartments, and I'm thrilled to say it all lines up, which I'm incredibly happy about. Honestly, I feel like I could throw up with happiness right now. That's how much this means that I've actually got this where I want it. And to prove it again, if I was to do this, stand here, rotate it by 90 degrees, paste, there's the second one. Just like that, and again, it all lines up, it's all beautiful, it's all perfect, and I just want to cry. One more for luck, and then you get to see how this building starts to form. So we go like this, one more above, over to here, rotate, paste. And there you have it. That's how this building is going to look. What's going to go in these areas here between, I have yet to decide. It does now mean that we could, in theory, actually put windows in these walls. But again, that's something that future me is going to come back and do. And one other thing, if I show you over here. So if you look at that left-hand wall there, it lines up perfectly with the edge of the bridge. If I come over this way, this right-hand wall is actually 4 blocks away from the edge of this bridge. So my plan is to move this whole building, once it's complete, 4 blocks to the right so that it's flush. And then what I'm going to do is place down some new nodes. So there'll be one here, I think. And then one halfway across that gap, one halfway across that gap, and then one at the end over there. And I'm going to rebuild the railway spiral to actually match the building, because I grossly underestimated how big this building is actually going to be. But yeah, this is the spiral, everybody. This episode's not quite finished yet. I'm going to go away and do something else. Probably finish off laying down these apartments. But you can actually see now the start of how this building is going to look. So there's now a 3-block climb between each set of floors here. We still need to work out where the lifts are going to go. I have an idea for that, and they are going to be over on this side here, possibly in this little wedge here that's currently missing. That could be the plan for that. There's also the small matter of the fact that right here, right now, this floor here is going to come out, or this wall's going to come out here, and it will actually meet up with that one. So I think it's not going to be a circular building still. I think it will still be somewhat square. Or if there is a curve here, it's not going to be as great as the other 3 curves on the other 3 sides of the building. So it did still qualify as a circular building, just not massively, maybe. That might be the qualifier. I don't know. There's also the fact that we haven't built anything on the bottom floors yet. Once the railway gets moved, we could actually put some apartments at this level. Although I did say a double stack to the first level of apartments to master trams. So I think something else, function rooms, restaurant, I don't know, something like that could go there. We'll see. And I'm sure there's something else as well that really important that I've forgotten. But if I can't think of it right now, I guess it wasn't that important to begin with. So yeah, I'm going to put another cut in here. It's probably going to be tomorrow again by the time this video actually ends, because it's taken me ages to get to this stage even. I'm also debating, so we've got this floor here which is white concrete, and I think that's good for the floor. I think the ceiling might still be quartz on these mezzanine levels. And then I think it might actually be glass from here over to the apartments as well. And then that way you can actually look down and see the full building beneath you. How big this building is going to be still, I don't yet know. I don't quite want to go to the build limit, but I do definitely want to go higher than we are currently. So I guess more on that in the future as well. But yeah, I'm going to put another cut in here. I'm going to lay down some more floors. I'm going to apologize to Master Trams for completely ruining his original floor plan, which is still down there. I do need to redo the stairs here as well. Did I actually explain what the problem was? I don't think I did. The problem was these escalators, which I thought were a rise of 6 blocks, were in fact only a rise of 5. So when I then replicated it over here, thinking it was 6 blocks, it was again only 5. So that's why when we built all of this and went up by a rise of 6 blocks, we were actually short, or too high, sorry, for the floor that I actually wanted, because it wasn't a rise of 6 blocks, it was only a rise of 5. So now that I've fixed that, I think it looks a lot nicer. Also ignore what's underneath here. Obviously there will be a ceiling on the floor below that will make up for that as well. Okay, let's put a cut in. Let's do the rest of the apartments here, and then we'll come back and we'll decide exactly what we're going to do with this building. Alright, so it is the next day once again. I've been doing a bit more chopping and changing and all that good stuff. And I think I'm pretty happy with what I've come up with. So as the moon rises slowly here over Woodbridge, this is the spiral. Look at it. It's a big block of white right now. We're going to fix some of that in a minute as well. Oh, I also appear to have accidentally knocked out some of the walls here, which is interesting. I think I actually know how I've done that. It's to do with copying and pasting, because I've been doing a little bit of that. Is that all that fixed? I think that is. And if I come over here, yeah, doesn't appear to be any issues there. So you can see now the basic structure of the building. You can see how the atrium levels here go with the stairs. Well, I keep saying stairs. I'm going to keep saying stairs. You know what I mean. They're escalators. You will notice right now, though, that the framework is in place for the escalators, but no actual escalators are here. That is entirely because we're about to move the entire building. Now, I'd like to do this all in one go, but I think it's actually going to take a couple of goes to get it all moved. And by that, I mean literally 2 attempts, I think I can get this done in. Or 2 parts. We're essentially moving this building 4 blocks here to the right. So that it lines up with the edge of the bridge here. And then this bit here lines up with the edge of the bridge here. There is a temptation actually to only move it 3 blocks to the right. I think actually that might be more in line with what I end up doing. So there, it's 2 blocks away from the edge of the track here. And it's 2 blocks away from the edge of the track here. That actually sounds like a smarter way of doing it. Why didn't I think of that before? Here's the plan. We're going to mark out a line like so. And we're going to do it in line with the edge of the building over there, which in theory we could just go up to so it's 1, 2, 3. I think that, so what have we got here? You are y minus 273, and if we come over here, you are also minus 273. Perfect. So we can now mark this. First bit done. Now we need to come all the way up to the top. I'm just thinking actually how to do this. Yeah, no, I think I've got this sussed. I think I've got this sussed. We need to mark it from this level here. We need to come all the way out like this. Like so, whoops, like so, like so, like so, like so, and like so, and I think one more. So this is 2, 6, 2, what is it? Hang on, sorry, all over the place there. Minus 339, and this over here is minus 339. So yeah, this is the building. Mark that as a second point. Get rid of all these excess blocks because we don't need them. something, oops, something like this. Cool. And then we're going to pop down here. Once the building's actually moved, I'm going to show you what it looks like, because I'm really happy with this. There are still some things I would like to change, but I just want to get the building in place first before we start committing to, you know, lift shafts and all that kind of thing. There's no point doing all that just to then have to rip it all out again and move it. So if I now plonk myself here and say move 3 right, hopefully the entire building, there we go, is going to move 3 blocks to the right. Now, in doing so, I don't think we've moved anything that wasn't meant to be moved, which is good. But this lower section here does still need to be moved. So we're going to select which bit? It's this section here, isn't it? Yeah, this section. So we're going to select you, and then I'm going to come all the way along to, I think it's in line. Let's just do it this way. Sorry, Master Trams, I'm about to dig through your hard work again. There we go. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to select you. And then we're going to say move 3 right as well. There we go. Now, hopefully, this all lines up again. And it appears as though it does, which is excellent. So I can now go through and put things like the escalators back in and all that good stuff. There is actually meant to be a floor here. We just haven't built it yet. More on that in a second. But yeah, let's give you a quick tour. So the first level of apartments, as we know, is this floor here. I think these are all still in the right. They seem to be. That's the main thing. They all seem to be in the right spot. So in theory, we can now actually climb this entire building from this floor without having to use an escalator, which is awesome. Over here, there will be windows and things here that you can also look down on. You can imagine these are like floating staircases, and there will be rooms below, so the track won't be there. And yeah, it will all look fine. It will all look awesome. So we can keep coming up here. There are going to be lights. You can see here there are lights on the stairs here. I was toying with the idea of putting lights along here as well. That might end up being something that I do. We have got the sea lanterns, so there is light in these areas, but you can kind of see where it's a little bit darker than others. So yeah, we're going to do something about that. Also, I really love that structure. Look at that. That looks so cool. I did, again, toy with the idea of having those legs there extend downwards as well, but it did look a bit derpy. So I might just have them come across maybe every couple of floors at floor height. Have some cross beams that hold everything up, essentially. But yeah, we can just keep spiraling our way up the building here. So we get to this bit here. We follow the walkway this way. Joins up with where the escalators are over here. We keep following it this way. And now we're on the second level of apartments. So we keep coming around like this. I believe, I've not actually checked, but I believe the furniture has copied across properly. Yeah, seems to have. When you move things, it does seem to like duplicate them, which is a bit odd as well. But, you know, it is what it is. Close that. And yeah, let's keep coming up the stairs here. And you get the idea. Right now, there are 6 floors. So if I do the maths real quick, that's not gone well. What's happened there? Let's fix that quickly. Check if any other doors have got corrupted. There might be other blocks that haven't copied over very well or haven't moved very well. That's fine. We can fix those individually as and when they happen. I have no idea what's happened here either. We seem to have lost a wall. Has that happened anywhere else? Nope. Not that I can see. But yeah, there are 6 floors of apartments. Each floor has 6 apartments technically. So there are 36 apartments in this building so far. Now I keep saying apartments. I wanted this to be a residential building, but there's a teeny tiny part of me that thinks this would actually work quite well as a hotel as well. So there's a possibility that we could do it as both. This could be a hotel slash apartment block. So I think these exist around the world. There's places where you can either buy an apartment outright, or you basically, like a timeshare, you rent it for a week, and that week belongs to you. That's the kind of thing we're going for. But I'm not going to sit people in a dark room and tell them they can't go swimming unless they buy an apartment. We're not that kind of people. I really like this though. I think this building here is fantastic, and now it's actually in its final resting place. You can see we did misjudge slightly the size of it, but it looks fantastic on the map. If I open the big map here, you can see how it looks, and it looks freaking awesome. Master Trams, I do apologise that I may or may not have messed up your plan regarding the tunnels and everything, but hopefully now, watching this, you can see how it's all going to look. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Those template rooms down there, I am actually going to leave those in situ. I'm really tempted to save that design down there still, and use it as the penthouses on top, and actually have the whole building taper in a little bit as it gets towards the top. But I don't know, I kind of like this sort of straight circle idea. If you look from above, you can kind of see where the staircase bridges, I'm going to call them, where these are. It goes straight for 6 blocks or whatever it is. And then it does it again, and then it does it again. So it is a spiral building. It's a circular building, but there's also a little bit of blockiness to it as well, which I think fits quite well with the whole Minecraft theme. And there will be a structure of windows and things around here, because basically this is all going to be indoors. These raised bridges and everything here, these are still going to be indoors. They're not open to the elements. They are at the moment, but hopefully by the end of next episode, they will actually be secure. But we'll see. For now though, yeah, I'm happy. This all looks awesome. I think I'm going to put some lift shafts in. I did ask my missus while I was doing all this where would be a good place for lift shafts. Originally, my idea was to actually put them on the inside of the building, which is still a possibility, but it may get in the way of things. Because I kind of wanted the panoramic lift effect where, let me just think of an example. Say here, there's a 4 wide lift, and it goes down the inside here, and you look down into the atrium as you're going up and down. And I do kind of like that idea still. I'm really tempted to do that still. The only problem with that is I will only be able to put 1 lift on each side. They are going to be at the same height, but I was going to link them together, but you can't really do that, because if you press the button here and then that lift arrives, it's a bit of a run. And the whole point of lifts is it helps with accessibility, and not everyone has the ability to run for a lift. So I think they are going to end up on the outside. It's just a question of where. To be honest, the lift shaft is the last thing that I want to worry about right now. I think the rest of the building is the priority. To be honest, the lifts are probably going to end up over here. I think this is going to be the best place for it. And I've also just noticed that we've got some floating lights here, which makes me wonder why they didn't copy over properly. Those ones did, and these ones did, and those ones did, and these ones don't technically yet exist, but they will do. Yeah, it's all fine. It's all fine. It's all good. But yeah, that pretty much does it for this episode. I love this. I love this so much. I really like the fact that I'm getting to flex my creative muscles in this series. It's not something that I'm used to doing. Some people might be screaming, you know, that's obvious. But I'm really enjoying this series. I'm really enjoying being able to do this. And thanks to people like Master Trams who've joined my Patreon, link in the description, shameless plug. I get to see what you guys get to build as well, which is really cool. I promise you that I'm not always someone who comes flying in, bulldozing through your builds to get my stuff in. You know, Master Trams and I have an agreement with this area where the tunnels are going to link everything up, but predominantly this is my area. So, you know, the bus station, Master Trams has built the road to it, but I sort of dictated where I wanted it to go and the rough outline and things like that. Same with the tunnels. There is going to be a couple of other tunnels, one of which is going to join, you can see the panoramic window down there that goes into the station. There's actually going to be another station entrance down there that links directly to the tunnels. So you can see, in fact, directly below me right now, that tunnel there is probably going to be the best one that goes around the border of the spiral. And there will be some ground entrances to the spiral as well. As for how we break in and out of the spiral, I don't know right now. To be honest, on the roof, it probably could just flatten out. So you keep, like, the walkway here might just keep going up like a spiral still, but with no apartments. And then you get to the top, and there'll just be like a helipad on the roof or something. I don't know. As for the bottom, it could actually just start like a staircase. So if you imagine you've got the big atrium here still, but on this section, where this escalator gets to the top, there might just be a big open floor that slowly starts spiraling up. So again, if you're someone who doesn't want to take the escalators, you want to take the stairs, you can still get to your room without having to worry too much about taking escalators. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. It certainly wasn't that. But yeah, there'll be a way where you could spiral up to this level and then spiral up again to the first apartment level. I think that would be cool too. And then maybe there could be like function rooms off of it. But essentially the corridors here will stay the same the whole way around. Something like that. I don't know. Okay, this building's going to get finished next episode because I'm knackered. I've been going at this build for 3 days now, and I think I need to have some time off, enjoy the weekend, and attack this again next week. So for now, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series so far. Drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. It really does help me out. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you for your continued support. Feel free to share the content as well. And like I said, if you want to become a patron and join the server and help with these awesome builds, link to that is in the description as well. And hopefully I'll remember to actually update the Patreon soon, so the Minecraft tier will actually be in there. But anyone right now for the middle tier and above will be invited to join the server. So that's basically the guide. One more time then, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and until next time, I will see you soon.